This is going to be good. Fantastic. Alrighty. Hello and welcome to tonight's pain for small stuff. And I just realized I didn't make myself big. I was planning to. I forgot that one step. But culling ritual. In my search for a sweeper, I certainly don't have to have a sweeper, but having one against the small stuff aggro is pretty much likely my most painful type of matchup. Creatures that cost 1 or 2, that sort of thing. Not fun. Is culling ritual the best option for me? It certainly is pretty darn easy to splash for, I must say. And I've used it a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. It's hard to keep track. I was looking back at my streams and it shows up a little bit there. But it is going to show up and do what it's meant to do. Powerful. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, for 4. 2 a black and a green. We destroy each non-land permanents, enchantments, artifacts, tokens, whatever it is. If it's on the battlefield, it's gone. If it's cheap, and that's going to be fantastic. We make a combination of black or green, depending how many permanents were destroyed. Usually it's probably going to be green, and in some cases I can see myself making 6, 8, possibly. Maybe I have Castle Garenbrig, 2 forests, and an overgrown tomb. I do need those sources of black to play culling ritual. Either Sunken Citadel enters, I choose black, I see a Ziatora's Proving Ground, kind of like Jetmir's Garden there, which also made me think, I like Leyline of Sanctity, I like the potential to give myself hexproof, stopping Thoughtseize and all that. But what else is good? In a splashing color, what can I make use of with a Triome? That. Easier to play than Brotherhoods End, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I can make a lot of green. Castle, forest, 2 overgrown tombs, let's say. I'm only able to make 4. I can cast this, but I could destroy enough in some situations where I make 8 green. Maybe it's just 7 for Tyrranax Rex, but still, turn 4, because I destroy so much, I still get to go with that. And possibly Up the Beanstalk. That could be lovely stuff. Of course, culling ritual takes it out, but it enters on turn 2 or 3, we draw a card. Culling ritual also destroys this, but we get a temporary mana, either black or green, plus all the other stuff I destroy on the opponent's side. Oh, my goodness. But why? Why did it not make sense until now? I have none of those early creatures, and for years and years and years, it was all of that stuff. Marauding Raptor, Otepic Huntmaster, Drover of the Mighty, maybe some of those new ones, the Intrepid Paleontologist or Ixaly's Lorekeeper. Nate, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. All will not be so well with the opponent. I'm just so happy I realized about culling ritual here. Oh, my goodness. It doesn't deal 3 damage to everything. It wouldn't potentially take out a planeswalker. Some of the beefier creatures, Bone Crusher, Giant of course, Graveyard Trespasser, but all the super duper aggressive things should be okay. Hopefully they don't kill me by turn 4. Maybe I'm on the play, and then I get to my turn 4 after they've had turn 3. Chances are I'm not dead yet, and then I smoke them. Lovely. Enchantments. Commune faces Kakazan. You know the one. That would get destroyed. Monastery Swift Spear, a couple other stuff. At the very least, I can see myself making 2. Well, no, 2, 4. At least 4. Hopefully it's 6 or 7 in that range, and then I'm able to at least play something else. It might be 2 Sylvan Scryings. That'd be pretty good. Or Commune plus a Sylvan. Lovely. Oh my goodness. That's going to be good. Orvar, again. I've been facing a lot of black stuff. You guys may have seen the previous nights. That really does seem to be the big thing. And I've been facing quite a bit, at least for me, of mono black discard. waste not. Well, they're going to be wasting away. When I bring in Orvar the Allform, I used it recently somewhat. Went away with it because I wasn't facing mono black waste not, but I'm already doing amazing and powerful things against just about anything and anyone. I'm going to beat them up, and there might not be anything they can do. So that does leave room to do something a little bit more specific against something painful. You know, Ley Line of Sanctity, giving us hexproof. That is good. Thoughtseize can't target any of those things. Go blank. Well, they're going to be blanking on their chances. They're going to have a blank look on their face, if I could see it. But Orvar the Allform, oh man, I should have got the clip. Yeah, it was probably two or 3 weeks ago. Actually, it might have been last year, about a month ago. I had Orvar. There was only one thing that they could discard, which was this. Boom. And I got a land. I think they actually made a mistake choosing Orvar. I copy a swamp. I had 2 lands on turn 1. I haven't even had a turn yet. And that was just absolutely fabulous. To copy and make a land. Or I could copy and make another Carnage Tyrant. Potentially. It's endless. I could keep a hand with just Orvars. Maybe I mulligan twice. I have to put 2 back, have a total of 5. But I keep 3 lands, 2 Orvars, they go Thoughtseize. The only thing they can discard is something that will let me copy a land, and that's pretty good. Oh, well, it is a little bit unfortunate, for sure. Orvar has that part whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, if it targets one or more permanents, create a token that's a copy of one of those permanents. I have nothing that targets anything, but I pretend that doesn't exist. I'm bringing this in for the discard thing. There is Nullhide Ferox, which enters the battlefield if it's discarded from an opponent from their ability. Obstinate Baloth, also an option, enters the battlefield. We gain 4 life. It's a 4/4. Same thing as Nullhide Ferox, but I think if I was going to choose something, some option that happens whenever it's discarded, yeah, I think this would be it. Seems like it makes sense. Again, I can be a little bit greedy, I guess, in a sense. Super specific, because what I'm already doing is super powerful. I like that. Back to nature, as always, enchantments. Roiling Vortex, all life gain, and Quintorius Discover combo. Get them. And I'll remember my lesson from a few nights ago. Hold up the red as well. So Quintorius doesn't gain life. They cast 3 spells, maybe, and they die. Beautiful. But yeah, Culling Ritual as well. What doesn't it help against? Rakdos Sacrifice. That's going to be good. Oh, take out the ovens and the blood tokens and the foods. The food? Yeah. You get the idea. You can imagine all the little aggro decks that this would devastate. Yeah, I'm just excited. If there is going to be situations where I make 8 green, that would be mean. Oh, I know. Absolutely. Commander Crane, 100%. Being a changeling, that is one thing I forgot to mention. It is a dinosaur. I could grab it with Commune. It would have haste if it's put on the battlefield with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Very reasonable as well. 100%. I mean, it's not the most powerful thing, but if I have it in, and maybe they don't have too much discard or whatever, eventually I get Ghalta. It's not nothing. It's definitely better that this is a dinosaur, for sure. But speaking of haste and aggression, Surak and Goreclaw, I want to sprinkle it in again. I was using Luca Bound to Ruin. Well, it's going to ruin opponents, taking out multiple targets. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Sometimes it takes me a little bit, but sometimes I'm not feeling a certain choice pretty quickly. And again, I want extra haste. Palani's Hatcher, Regisaur Alpha, 8 chances to give other dinosaurs haste is very good. But Surak and Goreclaw, 1 copy. If it's part of the creatures that are put onto the battlefield with Ghalta, well, that's just good. Other creatures we control have trample. That's not really a big thing because most of the stuff already does. It's below that. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under our control, put a 1/1 counter on it, it gains haste until end of turn. Boom. Surrak and Goreclaw entering the same as all the other stuff. Even if they kill Surrak and Goreclaw, all the other non-tokens get a little bit bigger. They have haste. Even if the opponent destroys a Palani's Hatcher as part of the batch, everybody is still going to be attacking. Lovely, lovely stuff. Xenagos as well. I was actually thinking of doing maybe 2 copies of Xenagos instead of Surrak and Goreclaw. But yeah, just the 8th, 9th and 10th options of keeping up that aggression. Very, very nice indeed. And yeah, again, the sources of black, Culling Ritual. Either Sunken Citadel, we choose black, Ziatoras, or Overgrown Tomb. Either I see Sylvan Scrying, which grabs a source of black, Commune digs to grab Ziatoras or Overgrown Tomb. I think that's got to be as consistent as you could hope for. I don't see too many scenarios where I'm not able to dig and find it. Very reasonable, especially comparing it to that Brotherhoods End. Again, Brotherhoods End does take out a little bit more, takes out different stuff, but Culling Ritual, I think it's going to take out more stuff, more painful stuff. More stuff that has been painful to me. Hello, hello. How's it going? Good evening. Fortunately, the snow has been melting. It's freezing rain, or just regular rain, where I'm at now, so I don't have to shovel too much, which is quite nice. Hopefully I'm going to be shoveling the winds tonight. I'm going to bury everybody in wins. That would be... Oh. Had a match just before I started, a couple hours before I started, against Is It Phoenix. Game 1, I played Carnage Tyrant on turn 4. They couldn't do anything. They hadn't got much aggression. And the very next turn I played a second Carnage Tyrant, and they're sitting there looking at it. Lightning axes, removals, nothing. Nothing they could do. Well, that's a lovely hand to start. My goodness, Ziatoras always enters tapped. It is a forest, helping Castle Garenbrig enter tapped. That is very nice. Increasing the number of them. Hopefully a Sunken Citadel at some point here. I have enough lands. I will be able to make 6 on turn 5. 6 green, that is. Mosswood Dread Knight. This could be bad. Yeah, you know why people still run them? Because they're good. They're just good. You came back to a fire track. Yes, you did. Epic 8-bit mix. I must say it's lovely. But if we see a Sunken, if we draw it with Up the Beanstalk, certainly I'd want that to be my land for the turn. That was not the case though. Working on music non-stop. Good stuff. Happy to hear you're still doing that. Hopefully we see a Carnage Tyrant at some point. Carnage Tyrant next turn would be fantastic. Something for 5 at least. Getting some card draw off of Up the Beanstalk. Ugh. Eventually, JDX, you will make some legendary tracks. You'll get there. Hey, gotta keep working. Even if you make legendary stuff, you keep on trucking. Boom, boom. Oh boy, do they have another? Oh, I was a little bit worried. They might have another Thoughtseize. Okay, that's pretty good. All right. Will they be able to kill me next turn? Pretty much. Got to find something with Commune. Not that I can play it this turn. I'll be able to play Carnage Tyrant next turn, at the very least. I think that's what it has to be. Sadly, there's no Sunken Citadel. Oh boy. We should be mostly dead. Restless Cottage. I think it takes 4 to activate. I'm pretty sure. Okay. I'm surprised. Or maybe they just play Shieldred and we lose 2. Okay, we lose 2 life and we're dead. Oh, yes, the middle of snow for months and months and months. I haven't been to a tropical country. Yeah, Canada does get warm. I would say so. The family is good. JDX, all is well. My daughter actually fell asleep way early on. Probably about 6 tonight. This evening. She didn't even eat her supper. Went in to watch her tablet in the big bed in our room, and well, that spelt doom. It was a lot of doom because, yeah, she passed out and, well, she's having a sleepover now. I don't have to worry about her interrupting me, which is not really a problem, but she'll stay there tonight. So we gotta bring the action. My goodness, yeah. It's crazy how the weather changes. Definitely in Canada, certainly tropical places, that would be nice. Of course, the weather changes there, maybe even more drastically, more rain and, I don't know, hurricanes, that sort of stuff. But yeah, the cold. At least if it's always warm, that's kind of nice, I would think. Should still be pretty good. 2 lands, not a problem. Of course, Up the Beanstalk certainly is quite fantastic. Do I want to dig with Commune? Nah, we're going to go with Castle Garenbreak. We're going to turn Sylvan Scrying into a Sunken. That is going to be very important indeed. Just to get there a little bit. Already having the castle, love it. That's going to be good. Yeah, you got to move soon. Hopefully you find a good place. A little unfortunate. Commune with Dinosaurs would have been nice to keep. Being able to dig for another land could get a little bit dicey. Unfortunately, we got there. We're getting Palani's Hatcher. Actually, we're getting Tyrranax Rex. That's maybe what I'm doing. Oh, it's chilly already. Yeah, it gets to minus 15 for us. Even worse, sometimes. Whew, it's not a pretty sight. But Tyrranax Rex, maximum ruthless aggression. Of course, I think the Death Toucher is going to trade. That's what I want. We're open. Oh, they're not too scared. Oh, nothing bad is going to happen. Next turn, maybe they die if they're wide open. They do have the end, which is a little bit worrisome, I must say. Oh, okay, Thoughtseize is there. That's all right. Yeah. I know. You had no idea. Well, it's just going to be a Ghalta plus a Palani's Hatcher. The end is probably going to take out Palani's Hatcher, I would think. Well, we're about to find out. Somebody's going down. I'm pretty sure it's Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, which we would draw a card since I do have another copy in my hand. Hopefully they target Palani's Hatcher. Okay, they don't. Nuts. Darn. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. 15? Okay. Crazy. It's like 0 should be 0, and 0 is freezing. At least it makes sense to me. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. Too many Thoughtseizes. Man, I talked about... Okay, yeah, that's good. I talked about Leyline of Sanctity, giving myself hexproof and protecting from Thoughtseizes, but I also mentioned I'm facing a lot of stuff that's black, and yeah, it brings me pain starting off against that. Not the most enjoyable thing in the world. It's rough stuff. It's always going to be rough. 60. Oh, yeah, 60 absolutely would be. Hopefully we get something. Of course, my top decks are some of the best possible. Okay, we didn't get it yet, but top decking a Tyrranax Rex might be nice. Too little too late, I would imagine. Hey, that's how it is, appreciation for all kinds of cultures. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Definitely, the cold climates. You got to live there. Hopefully, you experience the cold, maybe for an extended period of time, living somewhere that features some rough weather. A couple months. You get the idea. Waking up, living through it, knowing you're not leaving for a long time. That should give a good idea. Good enough, I would imagine. Learn how to shovel snow if it is an area with that. Yeah, I like both Tyrranax Rexes. Just in case I don't know, I don't know what's going on. So Tyrranax Rex might be a little bit nicer to see. Ziatora is good. Sunken, extra good. Sylvan Scrying, hopefully grabbing you-know-what. Castle Garenbreak, since we already have the Sunken. But Grixis Phoenix. I'd be surprised if I didn't face a Phoenix at some point. Thoughtseize to get rid of Sylvan Scrying. Don't do it. Oh boy. Oh darn, they did it. They did it. Well, that's what happens. Sadly. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe I do have to go back to white. I'm not facing aggro. Well, a little bit of mid-range with Golgari the previous match. Okay. Dimir, waste not. Huh. Alright, well, that's certainly something. Get rid of Regisaur Alpha. I'd rather keep Tyrranax Rexes potentially, possibly. But yeah, I've been good. All good, all the time. It is a little bit cold, I must admit, working outside in construction, but I love it. But this is interesting stuff. Grixis, Phoenix, waste not. I imagine it's Grixis, adding in the red, but it could be Dimir. Yeah, okay. A Thoughtseize again? Oh. Dimir Phoenix with the waste not. That's like combining two very painful things. My goodness, watch. I would tweak things. I would bring in that Leyline of Sanctity to give myself hexproof, and then I would just face all aggro. Sometimes that's how it goes. It is just variance. You think something is super popular, but you just happen to face kind of similar stuff. Thoughtseize, I've mentioned before, it's common, it's a fact of life. If you're in black, you are using that card. No question about it. Oh, shoveling when it's snowy. Quite a bit of time. Sometimes I leave it for days if it hasn't snowed too much. I can get away with it. But sometimes my car just can't get up our driveway. It's got a little bit of a slope. And if it's even a little icy, it's rough. I have to take a run at it, and, well, even with that, it doesn't work. But, I don't know, hard to say. An hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. One day was particularly long, just because my wife's vehicle was buried in like 3 feet of snow. 3 feet. Imagine a sub, and then times it by 3. It was rough. It took a while. Yeah, I'd say 2 hours, 2.5 at the most. Oh, yeah, Michigan. Oh, yeah, that would be rough. Everywhere has been crazy. Just kind of interesting how the weather is changing. Wild. Hopefully everybody is staying safe, but we'll make the best of it. That's for sure. You might as well. Until maybe we all live in space, perhaps. That could be nice. There is no real weather. I guess I have to discard a Tyrranax Rex. Okay. My goodness. I'm bringing in back to nature because, well, that's just rough. Actually, Culling Ritual. What am I thinking? Culling Ritual is going to cull them, basically. Take out the Ledger Shredders, which is what I used in the Izzet Phoenix matchup. I took out 2 Ledger Shredders and the one flying thing, the fairy, where they mill. A 1/3 Vigilance. Yeah. Culling Ritual, big time. Do I like Surak? Well, a lot of this stuff has trample. Culling Ritual, smoke everything. That's the idea. One Commune. I was thinking sometimes of just... Actually, what am I thinking? Orvar. I almost forgot Orvar. I talked about it enough. Two Communes. Okay. Okay. I can't believe it. I was so excited to bring in Culling Ritual. The thing you want against discard. Oh, my goodness. I would have been embarrassed if I forgot Orvar the All-Form. Hopefully I see it in the opening hand. Okay, I'm not keeping that. Also rough, just how she goes. Okay, eventually I got there. Send one Culling Ritual. I would imagine a Thoughtseize and all that stuff. But Sylvan Scrying to grab a Castle Garenbrig, I hope. That's going to be the difference maker. I have 2 Sunken Citadels, so I want the... Okay, never mind. It's not happening. Nuts. But maybe it's not Grixis Phoenix. We didn't see any Arc Lights. The previous... Okay, well... They could have a counter spell. However, if that's the case, hopefully that's not. I'm going to take my chance. Maybe they were ready with a Fatal Push. Oh, darn. All those creatures, I just didn't see them. The Otepic Huntmaster, Marauding Raptor, the Llanowar Elf, or the Elvish Mystic. I just got so unlucky the previous game. And, oh, darn. Darn. But save your Fatal Push. Those creatures might be coming up. No. Nowhere to be found. Lovely. Knowing they likely have something like that in their hand. Oh, darn. I already used Sylvan Scrying. It's a little bit too late. It's a little bit sad to see Culling Ritual go, but they haven't played anything yet. No way it's not. So I guess Culling Ritual, in a sense, is a waste. Or would have been a waste. Yeah. Another Sunken. I can cycle Ziatora's Proving Ground, which actually is pretty sweet. I probably want to save it though. Oh, the lights were flickering. Ah. They could push an egg, absolutely. I've seen that before. Or they take out the egg that I hatched, taking out that 3/3. That's happened a few times. Or they just take out Palani's Hatcher. Also rough. Before any of the eggs hatch. So I'm just left with 0/1s. But again, even though they're 0/1s, they are jump blockers. So it's not nothing. Oh boy. Don't do it. Oh, Hopeless Nightmare. Where is Orvar the All-Form? My goodness. Ziatora's got to be. I want to preserve Regisaur Alpha. I want to have the chance of somebody. Eventually. Can't play Regisaur Alpha. Sadly, I can't make a source of red. I would be able to make 7 green. I can make 7 green, or 6 green and a black, but not red mixed in there. Could have happened with Cavern of Souls, but Cavern of Souls was not out. Crazy to think I could play Tyrranax Rex, but I couldn't play Regisaur Alpha. Interesting. Something to always keep in mind. Okay. Well, hopefully I top deck it. Oh!
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
Don't push it. Don't push it, I'll give you a war you won't believe.
There you go, it happened again. That's kind of like last night, a few moments where I say the exact thing, what could happen, and boom. Hopefully they don't make me sacrifice it with Sheoldred's Edict, or you know what? Oh, absolutely. Conan and with Rambo there. Yeah, don't push it. But they certainly could have an extinction event. They're getting desperate. Don't get Sheoldred's Edict. I bet that's in the mix. Paulo, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. All is not so well with the opponent, who is... well, not quite dead. We have to attack, that's just a fact of life. Gotta keep the pressure, bring the pain close. But hey, I top decked 1 Tyrranax Rex. That could happen again. I've only seen 1. There is still 3 in the list. So you know it's going to happen. Yeah, everything's going good. Going good so far. Not so much with that first match, Golgari Midrange. Thought seizes and oh, okay. Up the Beanstalk, you know, that's it's not a big creature. I'll take it. Regisaur Alpha or Palani's Hatcher or Tyrranax Rex. Any of those, they die. Ooh. Well, that's actually very interesting. Make me discard. I dare you. This should be good. Oh, darn. Now the question becomes, I'm going to make my own waste knot. Actually, they discard stuff, I discard stuff. What you going to do? Now I'm the waste knot. Yeah. They got a bunch of cards in their hand, so I might as well. Maybe they have some way to remove it. I don't know. This is getting interesting. Okay, that's another Orvar. Huh, fun. Now I'm going to be making, well, who knows what. Dino Waste, deck confirmed. I think so. Hey, I said I face Waste Not. I have been facing it, and we face it. And I at least have a pretty decent thing that can just mess them up. Big time. They would never think, oh, this person has another Orvar in their hand. But if it is something like Orvar, I say the full playset. Just use all of it. You want to bring the pain to this specific deck. Big time. As often as possible, and Orvar being a legendary creature, it copies a permanent. Any permanent. That's pretty good. Alain not so much, but hey, we'll get it down. We'll get something at some point. Hopefully. Would be nice though. I have one waste not already. Orvar discarding it. I would make a zombie. And then I would make another copy of Waste Not, potentially. I don't think they'll ever really use Gyro Reach Sanitarium since I gained some. Oh, okay. Dino wastes. Good. Let's do another waste knot. Double. I have 2 waste knots, and the opponent only has 1, and I'm not even a waste knot discard deck. I like it. But I guess I technically didn't discard Orvar. I thought I would get the triggers from waste knot. That is not the case, and I really would have liked some creature. Possibly could have copied a zombie, but that really wouldn't have done a whole lot. They likely would have just fatal pushed it as it was thinking. I think they would lose 2 life. That would be good, so I could have 1 when it enters. Yeah. Oh, that would have been good. Ooh, so close. I'm glad you mentioned that, Commander Crane. I am sad that I missed it, though. Of course, there is always room for improvement. I'm going to have to get used to the potential of that. That would have been pretty cool. I could. I'm going to have to think about that. Certainly, that's probably not the last time it's going to happen. Copying Waste Not with Orvar. If it is early, I'm probably copying a land that the opponent has, or I copy my own Sunken Citadel, which this makes even more sense because that would help power out the stuff I'm trying to do even better. But yeah, definitely them being down to 2, missing the copying of that. Hopeless nightmare. It's not hopeless for me, though. There's always room to get better, for sure. And, well, any hand other than this, with 3 Regisaurs and a Palani's Hatcher, that can be better. Pretty hard to be worse. Guess it could be 4 Ghalta Stampede Tyrants and 3 Ghalta Primal Hungers. That would be bad, too. Definitely. Send Ghalta Stampede Tyrant to the bottom. Oh, more Golgari Midrange. This is wacky. They didn't Thoughtseize. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Seems like we'll get there. Yeah. Got an Up the Beanstalk. Hopefully see a Sylvan Scrying. Commune with Dinosaurs to dig further for the exact things I need. Would be good. I would imagine to see either a Commune or a Sylvan Scrying coming up pretty soon. But sometimes it's... Oh, okay. Well, there's a Thoughtseize again. My goodness, what is going on? Golgari Midrange, Dimir, Waste Not, Jund. You just never know. It's different every night, that's for sure. Okay. Ouch. Hopefully it's Palani's Hatcher. That would be nice. They discard the thing that's the cheapest because they think that's coming up, but Tyrranax Rex might be coming up sooner. Surak and Goreclaw as well could be pretty nice. Castle Garenbreak making the 6. If Palani's Hatcher goes, I still would feel pretty good. But they got a difficult decision. All of that stuff is big and scary and bad, and they don't want to face it. Eventually. Okay, that's pretty good. 2 Fables, though. It could be problematic. Culling Ritual is a very real possibility. Oh, Jund Lotus Field. I guess that's what I'm calling it. My, oh my. It could be problematic. At least it does seem like I'm getting Carnage Tyrant next turn. I'll take it. Although they will have access to quite a bit of mana this turn. 4, 6, 7. With that Haunted Ridge. Oh boy. Something big and something bad. Beseech the Mirror. Maybe just a Shieldred. But very interesting to see that Lotus field, I must say. Okay. Seems like it might just be a hodgepodge, a mixture of interesting things. I'll go with Carnage Tyrant. I hope they don't have a thing to make me sacrifice it. At least sticking around and maybe deterring aggression. There's a very real possibility I could go Surek and Goreclaw plus Ghalta Primal Hunger at some point. Total of 8 in that instance. That would be pretty good. At the very least, Commune with Dinosaurs is gonna... okay, too little too late. Probably. Especially with those Reflection of Kiki Jikis. One can copy the other. They can make a bunch of copies of themselves at the end of our turn or their turn. Usually, it's at the end of our turn. So that they have a lot ready. Make a bunch. And that's too bad. Well, I'll go with Commune. We'll see if I get sunken, although I'm almost certain, positive, there's no way we can get out of this. But you never know. There's a very real possibility that, well, we might not be dead. I don't need to go up the beanstalk, though. I'll hold it back, and we'll see. 6... Okay, yeah, drawing a bunch of cards, that does seem to make sense. Wish Shieldred, gaining life, tends to be pretty good. They should be attacking with everything, I would think. As long as I'm not down to 2, it could be nice. They could finish me off with a stomp. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, interesting. Oh, I like this. Oh, we might have done it. They might just be dead next turn. Being at 8. Oh. As long as there's no Thoughtseize. Smoke them. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. There you go. I'll draw one card. I'm fine with that. I should be safe at 4. You would think. Doesn't get much more deadly than that. Hopefully they don't have too much removal. Wow, that... ooh, ouch. I like it. Sadly, Ghalta Stampede Tyrant can't attack. They probably are able to take out Ghalta Primal Hunger, I would imagine. I have to attack with everything. There's nothing really to think about. It's now or never, that's for sure. I don't think it's quite enough. Haven't done the math myself. 22, 29. It's pretty close. They can block with everything and probably finish us off. Especially if they have some removal for Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. At least I have Surek and Goreclaw plus Ghalta to block next turn. That's pretty deadly though. Okay, that's pretty good. Something. But it doesn't make sense that they made the copy now because it sacrifices itself. Strange. Huh. Hopefully they don't have another Sheodred. That would be ideal. Oh boy. Oh! Oh! Snapping the win out of nowhere. Oh, your last message didn't pop up. Huh. That's odd. It certainly could be. The lights did flicker for me just briefly. I was a little bit worried that the connection would be cut, certainly with freezing rain where I am here. A little bit of freezing rain. That can affect things. It is about -5 right now, which is like 25 Fahrenheit, something like that. But yeah, -5 Celsius. Actually, it's probably colder where I am. So if things cut out, if the chat is buggy, it could be because of power outages. Possibly. I'm just glad I had an out. Wow. What variation could snap the defeat? Snap the win from the clutches of defeat. However you want to put it. That's pretty deadly and devastating right there. Yeah, yikes is right. -5 Celsius. Oh yes, absolutely, Commander Crane, I am quite happy about that. At the beginning of the end, right as that copy was about to be sacrificed, they could have used a bunch of mana to make copies of it, as long as it's slightly past the beginning of the end. I'm pretty sure those copies would have stuck around, so I think they could have got the job done. But Culling Ritual, 100%. We'll trim Commune because, well, I don't want to miss locking it in. I have such a good time talking with you guys. I do forget to sideboard, and Culling Ritual seems to be a pretty devastating thing. Yeah. Oh, how would you get a signed card by me? Well, whatever card you want. I have basically every kind of dinosaur related one. Figure out a price. You know, maybe part donation, part whatever the price of the card is, including shipping as well. Total that all up, I'll sign it. Multiple cards, whatever you want, combined shipping. I'm open to possibilities. PayPal or to buy me a coffee, whatever we want to work out. I got a lot of Carnage Tyrants. I have a lot of Marauding Raptors as well. Well, I don't like this. I do like seeing the Culling Ritual for sure. Oh, a favorite. Let me think. Actually, I know my favorite. We'll let this opponent stew a little bit. Try and show it as best as I can. I got my order in. Well, you get the idea. Ghalta, Stampede, Tyrant, the play sets. Lovely stuff. Along with my extended art Sunken Citadels, a playset as well, because I had to get it. Everybody is buying Sunken Citadel for good reason. I mean, it's pretty helpful. Well, it could be pretty helpful in basically any deck, I think. Okay, whoa, that's much better. Yeah, definitely send a Forest and I think a Surek and Goreclaw. I want to keep all those lands. I want to make sure I can make 6 green on turn 4. Wow. Now eventually I'm going to be making 7. That's going to be heaven. Ah, picking up some tomorrow. Good stuff. Good stuff. I must say, Lost Caverns of Ixalan, pretty popular. A lot of the stuff in there is popular, which is nice to see. The set that has a lot of the new dinosaurs, lots of people buying it, playing it, is pretty cool. Dinosaurs getting the respect again. While they were kind of low-powered with our first outing, when we went to Ixalan. With that, Rivals of Ixalan, but they did their thing. They made it, extra scary, big and scary. Up the Beanstalk, that's pretty nice. I'm going to see if the card that I draw is a Sunken Citadel. A second one. I want that to be my land for the turn. Okay. Well, it's got to be something big and nasty. A Tyrranax Rex would be nice, although I would lose 4 life because they have a Shieldred. Sadly. Okay, the Thoughtseize. Well, what's going to happen? As long as I have some blockers, even though I'm drawing 2... Excuse me. Oh my. Even though I'm drawing 2 cards, losing 4 life, I have something that could block Shieldred. That could still buy me enough time. Hey, as long as I'm not dead and I can barf and do a lot of stuff, that's good. That'll get them. Okay, well, we'll find out what I draw. Oh boy. Carnage Tyrant, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Palani's Hatcher, also pretty good. I'm certain I'm dead. I'm down to 6. Now. Yeah, name any dinosaur card, dinosaur related card. I have it behind me, actually, just behind this curtain, is pretty much my entire collection. I can make it happen. I'll ship anywhere. Doesn't matter where you're at. I haven't had anything returned yet, which is pretty nice. At the very least, this opponent has to be scared. We did a lot of painful things the previous game. Yeah, definitely dying to Beanstalk. It's not a May draw card. We don't get the choice to avoid it. Shieldred, very rough stuff. I mean, you don't face her every game or every match. It just certainly, unfortunately, is the case. Everything so far tonight has been part black or mono black. Okay, that's a little bit rough. It's got to be 1 Ghalta Cavern. Maybe I draw a card. Could be good. We could save ourselves. Oh! Never mind. What was I thinking? Okay. But Culling Ritual is still good. Culling Ritual would have saved me. I would have destroyed both my Up the Beanstalks to make 2 mana. I wouldn't have to have worried about dying to things. I would have taken out only the Goblin and Gilded Goose. Do I like Up the Beanstalk or not Up the Beanstalk? Do I like Culling Ritual against this deck? Not so much. Decent bit of discarding stuff. Commune. Yeah. They have a lot of stuff that Culling Ritual doesn't destroy, so it might not be quite as helpful as I was thinking. Oh, it would have been nuts. Getting me out of a sticky situation. If only I was at 6 life. Would have gone down to 2 playing Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. I already had Palani to give Ghalta haste, but I also would have drawn twice. And those 2 draws, they could have been other dinosaurs that also would have gotten haste with Palani's. Oh, it is lovely. Do I like keeping this? I do. Sylvan Scrying to get the castle, I hope. Cross your fingers it's not a turn 1 Thoughtseize, but as long as it's not that, we should be in a good position. It's not a lot of lands, it's a lot of big stuff, but that could mean there's lands coming up, or a commune to dig, grab it. Perfect. Oh, let's do it. Yeah, Castle Garenbeg, just in case. I was thinking of grabbing another Sunken, but again, Sunken alone is not making extra mana for creatures. You gotta at least start off with the castle. Spelunking is interesting, I must say. I haven't seen it nearly as much as I thought I would. I think it's absolutely fantastic in the right deck. Up the Beanstalk, though, also lovely. Okay, it's not sunken. If it was, that would have been amazing. Having that as the land for the turn, and then possibly coming up this turn, we would have made 7. Ooh, would have played Tyrranax Rex beautifully. Shieldred? Maybe for once it won't be Shieldred the Apocalypse. At the very least, Gilded Goose, they have to tap 2 to make a food token just to unlock the potential for it to tap and make a man of any color. Huh. An unbargained Beseech the Mirror. That doesn't seem too good. Of course, what I have is not too good as well. That's just how it goes sometimes. Man, a Commune would have been lovely. Well, maybe we'll get there. We got there the first game. You know, it's a very real possibility. And I'm still at 20. I got time. This is not like a super crazy aggro. Oh, escape shift. Okay. I guess it makes sense. Spelunking. All the lands that they grab enter untapped. And this could be very problematic. Big time. Okay, so we know the shenanigans that they were doing. Pretty cool. Huh. Oh, absolutely. I'm just happy that a lot of dinosaurs actually have those animations. Trapjaw Tyrant, I think, is the best. Oh yeah, the lights were flickering again. This might not be good. I guess they have another. Yeah, Beseech the Mirror. No, what's going on here? Oh, okay. I figured there was some sort of wacky thing they were going to do. All right. I would imagine we're dead. It seems like it's a kind of infinite thing. Oh yeah. Well, I'll let them go off. I just want to see what it is. Just because it is such a fairly unique deck. Very, very uncommon. Chaining the Mystic Sanctuary. Yes, Mystic Sanctuary. Putting Splendid Reclamation on the top and sacrificing everything, bringing it back and forth. Kind of milling themselves, but they're going to use all this mana for something at some point. Huh. Something's up their sleeve, that's for sure. Okay, yeah. I guess that's infinite eventually. Huh. Okay. We'll cut the pain. I certainly imagine they could have run out of time. I just want to move on to the next one. A very good chance we were going to be dead anyways. That was going to be rough. Lotus Field. Very, very annoying stuff. Yeah. Huh. Okay, maybe, finally, this will be the match where it's something that doesn't involve black or Thoughtseize. Not that I'm not complaining, it's just sometimes it's rough. I would be fine facing Thoughtseize all night long. It's going to happen eventually. Tonight might be the night. But dinosaurs, they won't lose their will to dominate. Doesn't always happen, but they'll always keep plowing forward, devouring opponents, and this hand probably could do that. Strict Proctor. Ugh. It definitely does. Absolutely. Strict Proctor last night, was it? Yeah, with Mardu. Ooh. Not a pretty sight. Culling Ritual does take out the Strict Proctor, which I like quite a bit. Yeah, it can do the... Okay. Alright, yeah. Oni Cult Anvil. Rakdos. Sacrifice. Culling Ritual is absolutely going to devastate them. No question about it. Ziatora's Proving Ground, though. That is lovely. It's a forest. It always enters tapped. Castle Garenbrig now will enter untapped. I like it. Surge of Salvation. I have been wondering about that. Absolutely. We gain hexproof, and I think all our creatures do, or they gain protection from red or white. I know the one you're talking about. Very good potential. But also Sylvan Scrying. That's good. We need another Sunken. Absolutely. We already have Castle Garenbrig. And yeah, that's just how it has to be. We're going to set up. We're going to go with Tyrranax Rex next turn. All their dinky little things. 1/1s. Good luck. Good luck. Hopefully they don't make me sacrifice Tyrranax Rex. But if you're going to do something on turn 4 against a deck like this, that's what you want to do. Hopefully they don't have Mayhem Devil anytime soon, though. But yeah. Yeah, that would be good. Surge of Salvation. Watch me bring it in, and then I don't face anything black or red. I mean, it could happen. I don't think that would happen. It still would be a mixture of things that are black, I would think. Hopefully it's fast enough. Things still could get kind of out of control. We'll see. Yes, definitely. Here comes the Stampede. At the very least, I can go Regisaur Alpha plus Palani's Hatcher next turn. That should be still pretty devastating. Or I play another Tyrranax Rex. It's going to be a Sunken Citadel. Maybe Ziatora's Proving Ground. I don't know yet. We'll see what I draw. That could change things. I still don't think they'll be quite aggressive enough. I mean, Culling Ritual, it doesn't get a lot better than Culling Ritual. That's just gonna... Oh, 10, okay. Okay, that would do the trick, yeah. It's a wee bit rough. A 10-10. From the 1,000 Moons Smithy. I mean, I got my other Tyrranax Rex, but that's not enough. Yeah, I know. So, new card, 1,000 Moon Smithy. 4, when it enters the battlefield, create a white gnome soldier artifact. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of artifacts and or creatures they control. We're going to destroy most artifacts and creatures they control coming up. However, can I save myself by not attacking? I'm actually going to go with Commune. I'm going to see what I get. If it is Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, okay. This is 4. 6, not quite dead yet. Sadly, I can't play any creatures. We'll see. Tyrranax Rex to block the 10-10. 6. Maybe. Perhaps I can sneak out a win. I go down to 2 or 1 or something like that. If they tap some of their creatures, I think we might be able to make it happen. That gnome artifact, the big thing, it doesn't have a trample, and that might save us. Do it. Tap a bunch of your little things. You're about to die next turn. Okay, maybe not. Unfortunately. Rough. 3. Will that be it? Will they play a Mayhem Devil? Oh boy, no Thoughtseize for a change. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, okay. I forgot, whenever a creature they control dies, we lose a life. I thought it was when a creature I control dies, I lose a life, and whenever one of theirs dies, they gain a life. Or Culling Ritual, they lose. Pretty much. Xenagos, yeah. Trimit, Surek, and Goreclaw. We got a lot of big stuff that has trample. I have to make space for this somewhere, somehow. I like that. I'm still thinking it might be one Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, one Ghalta Primal Hunger that I trim. Whenever I bring in something that is really impactful, maybe a little bit specific, although Culling Ritual, I was going to say Commune. Culling Ritual. Yeah. It doesn't get a lot better. We're going to get them. Hopefully I see it early on. I don't have to mulligan too much. I'm going to be mulliganing somewhat aggressively for it. I do actually like this hand. Sunken and Ziatora's, 2 Sylvan Scrying. Maybe. No. Okay, it got better. A big time better. Cavernous Souls don't exactly need it. That's for sure. Keep that Palani's in Ghalta. That could be nice and explosive. For sure. I was wondering about that. I always knew I wanted it to be YouTube, Twitch. You do have a community wherever you're going. But just with this, you can do it differently. I can make regular videos, community posts. I guess it's just a different, better connection. Right there, I actually meant to grab a Sunken Citadel. I was just, I was thinking about YouTube versus Twitch. The T word. I guess I'm not supposed to say it, but yeah, it just felt like a better community here. More full-featured, you could say. And I've always liked YouTube. I've used it for, well, since it existed pretty much. I wanted to be a YouTuber before I knew Twitch was a thing. We'll see. I could stream simultaneously from Twitch and YouTube, I'm pretty sure. So that's definitely going to be maybe something I try in the future. While this opponent doesn't have much of a future because I'm going to be smacking him pretty darn hard. Interesting though, Mardu Convoke. Didn't think I'd be seeing that. Hopefully they don't make me sacrifice Tyrranax Rex though. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn could be a possibility. But yeah, if I had only gotten that second Sunken Citadel, we'd be making 8 coming up. Ooh. Would have made 8 there. They would have been dead in that moment. Oh boy. Here goes nothing. Eventually. They got to be a little bit worried about Tyrranax Rex, maybe wanting to block it, double block it, take it out. Something like that. Okay. Not too bad. Maybe they're worried about double strike or more power, which is going to happen. It's going to be either Palani's Hatcher plus Ghalta or Regisaur plus Ghalta. Maybe Regisaur Alpha. And we'll see. Maybe they tap out. That would be ideal. I don't have to worry about removal for one of those things. Make sure the source of red is left with. Ziatora is there. And then we get him. Okay, I guess not. I figured that was going to happen. Nuts. At least I still got to play this. Smack him. Good stuff. 2 for a 12/12 trample. Never gets old. Is never a bad thing. That's for sure. Could they kill me this turn? It is a Convoke type deck. Mardu, I have never faced Mardu before, but yeah, being a Convoke type deck, very explosive, lots of creatures, all those creatures maybe being powered up. Of course, they pretty much have to have removal for Ghalta, or it's all over. They're desperate, that's for sure. Dusk Rose Reliquary. Well, I don't like that. Oh, they're going to get rid of Tyrranax Rex. That actually, I kind of like. Though they would still die. Wouldn't they? Ghalta has trample, the token has trample. Huh. Oh. Revenge.
Unforgivable.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That special guest version. 100%. Commander Crane, I think you mentioned you got a single copy of it. Something like that. But yeah, the special guest version makes for a fantastic thumbnail. Oh, that was one of my best recent ones, I think. Just making the glowing, scary Ghalta art, tucking it just in front of the nameplate there. It turned out. How would this hand turn out? It's not Culling Ritual. It is a nice batch of lands, source of black, which I need for Culling Ritual. But, okay, that got worse. Okay, well, finally got it. Took a little bit. Send the 2 creatures to the bottom and hope they don't Thoughtseize. It's good. We're guaranteed. We're getting 4 mana. We will get in range of Culling Ritual at some point here. And it's going to be pretty devastating. Do I like Up the Beanstalk? Maybe. Nah. Sunken Citadel has to enter tapped at some point. We're going to turn Commune into a land. Or maybe a creature. You know what? Carnage Tyrant. Sylvan Scrying next turn. Going to grab a castle. Turn 4 we could play Carnage Tyrant. Unless we need to do that. The Earth Walks, strongest of all. Where is it? Dinosaurs ruled the Earth and the Earth Walks. Devastating opponents. Not every time, but of course not every time you face stuff that's involving black. Yeah. I'm going Culling Ritual next turn. That's a fact. So do I like Up the Beanstalk instead? I do. I draw a card, but I also make an extra mana when it's destroyed. Yeah. Another Sunken? That's good. Eventually I'm going to be grabbing Castle Garenbrig, so I'm going to be making even more explosive mana. Oh darn, make your big token. Oh shoot. Whatever are you going to do? Oh man, this is good stuff. For me. I like it. I hope. Sadly I didn't make 6, but I made 5. That was pretty darn close for Carnage Tyrant there. That would have been extra funny. I sweep most of their things and then I play the big guy. I imagine that bought us time. Hopefully it did. That, the smithy thing, I would have taken that out with Brotherhoods End. They wouldn't have had enough creatures and artifacts in total. Its power and toughness would have been reduced to 2. So yeah, Brotherhoods End would have taken it out, but still. I played the sweeper for free. More than free. I actually rammed. And I took out all their stuff. That's nice. There's a very real possibility I could have made 6 or 7 or 8 in some scenarios if a particular opponent has just gone absolutely nuts. And that would be nuts. One day it's going to happen, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to continue to use Culling Ritual. Bring the pain to the widest range of stuff that has brought me pain. Hey, destroy evil. I'm going to be destroying your evil, buddy. Can't target that. I might have to sacrifice it, unfortunately. Okay, that's pretty good. Something. Also something. Oh boy. 5. Yeah. We should be safe. I don't think they're... Yeah, they can't kill Carnage Tyrant. I was thinking all their creatures would block, then Warden of the Inner Sky would tap a bunch of things, and then they'd have enough total power to trade with Carnage Tyrant. Oh, so it could have happened. Okay, that could be... it could be good for us. Sometimes you get flooded. Certainly hasn't happened too much tonight, but I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to be as aggressive as possible, because it could make all the difference. Oh, absolutely. 100%. I've been wondering about that. A single Restless Ridgeline, Lair of the Hydra, but if I had to choose, it probably would be Restless Ridgeline. It's something I should consider once again. Of course, Sunken Citadel used for... Oh my goodness. Everything is dead. Smoked. Whoa. Whoa. I can't do anything with the mana, but... What was I saying? How good is Culling Ritual? That's a top deck. Hopefully it helped. Hopefully I draw a creature. Any creature at this point. That's pretty good. Let's play it. Whether or not that makes them change what they were thinking of doing is another question as well. Definitely taking out the thing that could get bigger than a 4/4. That Knight Errant of Eos is always a 4/4, only a 4/4. Well, I'm glad I brought that in. Tyrranax Rex. Let's do it. Let's see it. One of these days. Okay, yeah, they just keep making stuff. Huh. Oh! What do I want to press? Yeah, but no, that is a very good point. 100%. If I would have dealt damage to the knight with it dying and then the golem, that would have been better. Okay, that's what I'll do. I got him. Oh my goodness. I mean, eventually I had to win. It has certainly been painful. The first few matches, Culling Ritual showed up. I don't think it would have been nearly as devastating if I didn't have it in. I could have had a sweeper, some sweeper that wouldn't have destroyed the Oni Cult Anvil, Warden of the Inner Sky. That was already higher than 3 toughness. I think it was a 4 or 5 or something. That would have stuck around. Oni Cult Anvil would have stuck around. Well, this Mephitic Draft, if it was still on the battlefield, that would have stuck around because Brotherhood's End would have just taken out the little creatures. Unfortunately, it's a very real possibility that the token that this makes would have been around if they still had some creatures, some of the artifacts. Maybe that token would have been a 4/4 after I destroy all those very small things with the 3 damage from Brotherhoods, but with Culling Ritual. Oh. That's what you want. Already, the top decks are amazing with Carnage Tyrant, Tyrranax Rex. You just gotta stay positive. You know there's a very good chance you're gonna be getting something big, powerful, that the opponent can't counter. Chances are they can't target. So that definitely keeps me positive. Not that I'm always positive, but extra positive, knowing I could get something that they can't do anything about. And now with Culling Ritual, knowing I could draw something that just decimates a lot of stuff. More than Brotherhood's End, I would imagine. And it works out perfectly. I could sweep everything, make 6 green, play Carnage Tyrant, a sweeper for free. That's what I like. Seems good. 3 Sylvan Scrying, grabbing Sunkens and all of that stuff. If I don't draw a 3rd land, maybe it's a Sunken or a Castle Garenbrig. Sylvan Scrying it is, yeah. Got to make sure I continue to hit those land drops big time. We'll see though. If I draw a Sunken, I'll play it. Then I'll go Up the Beanstalk. Castle Garenbrig next turn. Well, turn 4 would mean Carnage Tyrant. Okay, that's not it. Unfortunately, the first Sunken Citadel it is. Hopefully it's not too little too late. It's a very real possibility with Rakdos Midrange going first. But, you know, I would imagine if I was going first, things could be different. Okay. Certainly Brotherhood's End, that is very devastating against this particular deck. A lot of their creatures sitting quite nicely at 3 toughness. It really does tend to get them. Hopefully Carnage Tyrant gets them. And they don't have Liliana or Shieldred's Edict. That is, yeah, that could be happening. We might just be too, okay. Might just be too low at this point. Okay, well, not quite dead yet. Never know. Two, 1, 12, 19. Close. So close. I can go Palani's Hatcher plus Ghalta Primal Hunger, but it's not quite enough. But maybe they'll be surprised and they'll instantly concede or something like that. Kind of like it happened last night. They just got scared and figured they were done for. But I'm sure it's not going to happen. Absolutely. Whew. So close. But no cigar. It's pretty good. Pretty good. We know what they're all about. Culling Ritual could be pretty painful, but not super painful. Not as painful as the previous match against Mardu Convoke. But still, the streak continues of decks that have at least black in their game plan. Mardu Convoke, the black wasn't super important at the forefront of their game plan, but it was still there. That's not going to do it. Okay, that is definitely better. Yeah, I like the looks of that. Hopefully we get to go Sylvan Scrying and grab a Castle Garenbrig. That would be lovely. Oh, Okay, we won't be going Sylvan Scrying. I thought Seize again. I thought we were done with Thought Seize. Maybe. Oh, that's pretty good. Hey, I draw the thing I was going to grab anyways. I'll take it. Okay, I draw the thing I wanted to play on turn 4. Anyways, wow. No Shieldred's Edict, don't do it. No Thoughtseize. Oh, okay. Liliana of the Veil making us sacrifice Carnage Tyrant is... well, it's always rough. Maybe I draw a second Carnage Tyrant. That'd be good. Okay. Okay, that's... gonna draw out the -2. It happens. I'm gonna hope I get a 5th land. Then I can send the token towards Liliana of the Veil and just take her out. I would have had to discard something. She would have gone to 5 loyalty anyways, and then her back certainly would have been against the wall. Okay, Cavern of Souls not... I mean, it's a 5th land. We get Palani's Hatcher. That's the main thing. We can play Tyrranax Rex. We can play just about anything, apart from Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. But we're losing Palani's Hatcher, sadly. Yeah, we're not going to be busting through that. Not anytime soon. No. Didn't work out. Sometimes it doesn't. Maybe I'm going to face Mono Blue Devotion. I can't believe I'm saying it. It's a very uncommon deck. But you guys may remember the couple times I have faced it. It's well, it's not fun. I think I'd rather Mono Green Devotion facing that instead of Mono Blue, because they're making so much mana, tapping everything, going infinite. Ooh, yeah, that's rough. Actually, Mono Blue Devotion, come to think of it, that's been more common than Mono Green, which is crazy. I just faced a Mono Blue Devotion deck again this evening before I started. It went as it has gone in the past. I lost. Yeah. They just get to a point pretty early on, it seems, where they chain so much devotion and they bounce stuff that untaps. They untap the Nyx Lotus. Taps for... you tap and add mana equal to your devotion of a particular color. Ooh. Man. Nasty, nasty, nasty. I like the looks of that. And maybe this is going to finally be Azorius Control. Regular Azorius Control. Sylvan Scrying next turn? Likely. Hopefully they don't have Counterspell. Good, 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 good. I was a little bit worried. I think Up the Beanstalk would be less threatening, perhaps. I would imagine that's the case. Well, I like that as well. Certainly Up the Beanstalk. If I draw Sunken Citadel, that's happening. Okay, it didn't happen, but hey. Ziatora, it has to enter tapped anyways. We do have easily enough forests. This is good. Oh my. Oh darn, they're ready to counter nothing. Because I can't play it, unfortunately. Man, why can't I have 6 Sunken Citadels? 8. I'd like that, indeed. It seems like it might be Lotus Field, though. Impulse, that tends to be in those decks. Watch them play Discontinuity. Stopping the trigger of Lotus Field, or just maybe getting rid of Up the Beanstalk. That would also be pretty rough. I'd like to get at least 1 draw off, though. They are going to get rid of it. March of Otherworldly Lighter. Okay, not too bad. There's exactly what I was hoping for. Perfect. As long as they don't have Field of Ruin. Okay, it is Lotus Field. Darn. Nuts. Okay, well, I'll go with a Carnage Tyrant. I want to draw out the sweeper. Tyrranax Rex could hit, but it would draw out a sweeper, possibly. Carnage Tyrant, though, they can't target. And if they sweep, that's good. That means the strict Proctor goes away, and then I can make use of enter the battlefield stuff. Which it is only Regisaur Alpha at the moment. I imagine a discontinuity is coming up. They will have an available 6. Yeah, I'd certainly be surprised if it didn't happen. I'm going to test the waters with another Carnage Tyrant and see if that's the case. There it is. Okay. So discontinuity, the turn ends. Whatever's on the stack, the spells are exiled. It's like a way to counter something that can't be countered. Are they going to have another one? It could be. Good. They swept, although they do have 2 Lotus fields now, which will be, never mind, are not good. Maybe I'll be able to do something with this. Maybe they won't have a second discontinuity. Good, they don't. I like it. They could have removal for 2. They have a total of 6, so they can pay the ward cost. Sadly, get lost. Maybe. Okay, I like the looks of this. Hopefully they don't have a 3rd strict Proctor. Ouch. We might be able to be pretty sneaky. As long as there's no discontinuities. Wandering Emperor, it's not too bad. They will be exiling Tyrranax Rex next turn, that's for sure. Untapping both those Lotus fields too. I'm going to try for Regisaur Alpha. Carnage Tyrant and Regisaur. 10, 5. Not quite. But I'm going to try and get Ghalta if at all possible. Okay. Maybe we'll do something good. Cross your fingers. Okay, yeah, no, that's not happening. I've played against that particular variation of Azorius control enough to know. Yeah. Sometimes you can't do anything. Literally. Just doesn't happen. Could bring in Alpine Moons. Something to hurt a particular land. Whether it is Lotus Field or some mainland. Something like that. Alpine Moon or Damping Sphere. They can have pretty good effect against a lot. Alpine Moon, though, if I had to choose my preferred hate, it would be that. We'd name Lotus Field, it would only tap for a mana of any color. That's a lot better than 3 for sure. Well, if anything's going to win, it's probably that. 2 Sunkens, mix in a Castle Gambig somewhere, Carnage Tyrant T-Rex. Maybe they don't get an early strict Proctor. Hopefully I can stick Up the Beanstalk before that happens. At least get the card draw when it enters and follow up with good stuff. Hopefully it's no spell. Okay, good. Just a measly Thespian stage. Let's do it. I could see a strict Proctor coming down next turn, so just get Up the Beanstalk. Oh boy. Commune to dig for castle. I like T-Rex. It's got to be T-Rex at this point. Absolutely. I have a Palani's and a Regisaur. I've got the haste I need if we get to making the magic. Oh, okay, I guess. We don't quite. Oh, it could be it. That could be it. We got castle. If they tap out, if they don't untap, if they don't play Teferi, they die. It could be no Teferi. Don't do it. Copy that Lotus Field. You know you wanna. Okay, here goes nothing. No discontinuity. Don't do it. Or they have a counter spell. Where's you know what when you need it. They have a counter spell, don't they? Cavern of Souls. Oh, kind of wish I had. Oh, so even if I had Cavern of Souls, it wouldn't have mattered. They saw T-Rex's Carnage Tyrants. They knew they needed that Ether Gust for game 2. Well, we'll see. Again, they might not have discontinuity, but I'm pretty sure they'll get another one. They'll have something that can bring the pain. We'll keep trying it. You never know. Huh. Interesting. Is that going to be it? Or they could have, settle the wreckage. Either way, it's all out this turn. And that is going to be it. Revenge.
It's a trap!
Whew. Doesn't matter. Oh, you're at 22. Oh, shucks. Snuck it in. I was worried after they sent Ghalta back to the top. Just put her on top. I know I can replay it. That's the best chance possible. If there was a chance. Phew. Like nothing else. They just extended their doom. Bought themselves a turn. Is there anything I want to do specifically? Nothing. Nothing here would do it. I already am packing a punch like nothing else. 4 T-Rex, 4 Carnage Tyrant. Lots of stuff that can't be countered. Ooh. It's lovely knowing I basically don't have to change anything. Usually, of course, if there was Alpine Moon or something that would specifically hurt Lotus Field, I would bring it in. But as is, it just stays like they are. Seems alright. I've got a castle already. Mix in a Sunken Citadel. Maybe. You know what? I want to go with Overgrown Tomb. I want to go with this Commune to start. Well, I didn't grab a Sunken, but I grabbed a land later on down the turn. Sylvan Scrying this one. Absolutely. That's going to be good. Okay. They got to be at least a little bit worried. They haven't played Lotus Field quite yet, which makes me feel good. Very good. Hopefully it's not Lotus Field plus discontinuity. Good. Oh, shucks. Darn. I mean, hopefully I see Carnage Tyrant next turn. At the very least, I will be able to play Tyrranax Rex on turn 5. That's not so bad. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant on turn 6. Maybe pair it with a Palani's Hatcher plus some other dinosaur that I draw. They got Lotus Field. Tapping their 2 sources of white. A Ganjo plus the Henge Pathway. And then they'll sacrifice both lands when it enters. Or they just save the blue for discontinuity. Stopping the... Okay. Okay, we've saw that before. Yeah, they're tapped out, you know. It's good stuff. Definitely Castle Garenbrig. Ziatora's Proving Ground. I'm going to cycle that, which Sunken Citadel can be used for the cycling part of land, so you get extra benefit from Sunken. I certainly don't need a Ziatora's Proving Ground, so I might as well switch it into hopefully something better. That will be better eventually. Alright, Tyrranax Rex. Discontinuity. Do it. Buy yourself a turn. Oh boy. We have Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn. It's going to kill him. If they don't go to Fairy to untap both of their Lotus fields, I'm feeling pretty good. It's going to be deadly turns from here on out. They have to have something every single turn. Pretty much. Hopefully they have just a sweeper. Maybe a farewell, that'd be good. No to Fairy. Oh. Crazy stuff. When you say you hope the opponent has a sweeper and hope they don't have Ether Gust. No Ether Gust. Don't do it. Don't do. Oh boy. Oh. No Ether Gust.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
That's what it's all about. Are they dead? I think so. I got the UFC one ready and waiting.
You have no power here.
Ouch. Xenagos to double somebody. Surak and Gorkla. I want another creature to be attacking. Oh shucks, they used an Ether Gust and everybody still has haste. Gotcha. Oh! I had to press it again. I couldn't resist that. Love it. You gotta stay positive, and again, it's pretty easy to stay positive knowing you can do that. Taking them down to -20. Again, it's very scary. It's hard to stay positive, seeing that the Teferi discontinuity again and again, and the strict Proctor. I mean, we got lucky. If they had a strict Proctor, Ghalta Stampede Tyrant wouldn't have done its thing. But there is a very real possibility I still could make an extra 2, paying for the trigger, putting everybody out. But 100%. Surak and Goreclaw, that was pretty big. Xenagos had haste. You saw they took out Palani's Hatcher. And what did I say? That often happens. Surak and Goreclaw and Xenagos, those two, I only have one of each. They would have been something else. Vivian, Monsters Advocate, or Vivian Reed. You know? But then Ghalta Primal Hunger wouldn't have had haste. Xenagos wouldn't have had haste. Xenagos wouldn't have given haste to Surak and Goreclaw. I would not have been attacking with anything that turn. They wouldn't have been dead. It would have gone back to them. They probably could have had a sweeper. Because it's Surak and Goreclaw and Xenagos, that's why I won. And Ghalta, but they made sure it happened. Redundancy for the haste, for lots of stuff. That's where it's at. I'm just happy it was absolutely a stunning nightcap. 100% taking down Lotus Field, although I still would recommend Alpine Moon, something that hits it. There is basically no mono green devotion, non-existent, although I still think that's an absolutely fantastic deck. But with no mono green devotion, only having to really worry about Lotus Field once in a while, I still don't know if I want Alpine Moon. I mean, I see a mono black waste not quite a lot more than something that involves Lotus Field, I would think. It seems to be the case for me, at least. So I think I'd still rather Orvar. We'll see. You can do a lot of stuff. You can have a spread out sideboard, 1 or 2 copies for something specific, or you combine a couple different things. 2 unlicensed hearse, 2 bouncers beatdown. Bouncers beatdown, taking out a creature or a planeswalker. As long as it's black, it costs a single green, instant speed, and you exile it based on the greatest power among creatures you control. And this deck certainly has creatures with big power. That could be an angle, but you bring in a few things. Different mixtures are good against specific decks. Rending Volley plus Bouncers Beatdown against Greasefang, but just Rending Volley against Spirits and Mono White. Those decks aren't black, you wouldn't bring in Bouncers Beatdown. Switching things up. You would bring in 4 things, 6 things against a certain deck, but those 4 things, they might be a different combination. We'll see. But that was good. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourselves. Anybody that is, still here, or if you passed out, hopefully you got some good sleep. Hopefully it's a little bit warmer for you and you have less snow to shovel, but it should all be melted pretty much for me by tomorrow, so that's good. It's garbage day. It's always a good day when it's garbage day. All right. See you next time. Peace.